Okay, so today I wanted to talk about. I did make a video about just stay away is better that way, but I wanted to make another video. It's kind of stemming from that, but it's not the same uh, policy. Yes, it was better that way, but you have to remember to stay away. When you deal with a narcissistic group, parent, family member, you deal with this, it takes a huge toll on your life, okay? And not to say that we don't all have narcissistic tendencies and all of that stuff. Some people are really toxic and they're not narcissistic, some of them are codependent. But either way, you need to understand what is best for you. Now, what might be best for you might not be best for other people. So I'm going to give you my perspective, my personal perspective on why when you leave you should not turn back. Okay. First of all, it was a reason why you left. You were being degraded, downplayed, a lot of crazy things. So it was a reason why you were down. Why? That's one thing. Okay. While you were down, people pushed you aside. They cast you aside. They pushed you away. That's the first one. They pushed you away. They ignored you. You felt bad about it because nobody was coming to your rescue and all this, okay? So now you took time to work on yourself. So that's the third thing, okay? So they put you down. They devaluated you. They didn't call you to check up on you or anything like that. And you felt really bad about it, okay? Now you've taken the steps to heal yourself. So now you healed yourself. So now you're getting rid of all this. And God is giving you this blessing to come through and make it out on top again. Okay? Now, all of a sudden, people are calling you out of the woodworks. Hey, what you doing? Where you going? Let's go. Let's do this. Let's do that. You have to, and it probably was things and stuff that came into play that they didn't have time to go do certain things. But if you guys were talking all the time and you were initiating the calls, when it stopped, why didn't they call you back? Why didn't they, check up on you to see, You have to put that into perspective. You have to put it into perspective, and you have to somewhere understand where to draw the line, because if you don't, you will repeat the cycle, okay? So don't go back. That's my whole thing. Do not go back. Because if you do, that's letting them know that whatever they did before is okay? And people can change, yes, but we are creatures, like I said, of habit. It has to be something dynamic to change. And since you were pushed aside and you didn't call them, which you usually do, or try to attach to them when they pulled away, is a huge indicator that they didn't want to be part of that relationship, or they thought that relationship was not strong enough or important enough to tally in and check on you, okay? And I'm not saying when people gone and they're gone for a couple of months, and they talk to you like here or there. I'm talking about for years, okay? And people will say, oh yeah, things happen, family happen, whatever, okay? Some people, hey, I know. So it's always going to be an excuse for these people, okay? There are some people who've been, even when you were struggling, probably was in your life in some form or way or another, and they had difficulties too. But they made time, okay? Another thing, it's no reason why they came back, okay? When they see you doing good, now they're calling you nonstop every day. I had a friend, I put my picture on Facebook, because I hadn't been on Facebook. When I say, I hadn't posted a picture on Facebook for years. Other people will put stuff on there, but I would not. And the reason why I didn't, it's because I felt so down and I was just down in the dumps. They didn't even worry about me. Like I said, I had took some people off. Took them off because I was like, why do I have this energy? If they're not trying to contribute into my life, then why do I have them as a Facebook friend? I'm not the person that needs 12,000 people. I'm not in college. When I was in college and it first started, I had 10,000 friends. That was before you could follow people too. And even that, it kept growing, especially when you're an attractive woman. A lot of people will try to go. But as I got older, I started noticing that certain things that were in my stratosphere were not useful anymore. I'm becoming a professional. Some people are still in their old childish ways, things like that. But I had some people that were long distance that were friends, and we still kept together. But like I said, this time, no, they didn't contact me. Now, after I've deleted them, and it's been years since I deleted them, now all of a sudden they're looking back and like, oh yeah, I thought we were friends. What happened? Blah, blah, this. It's just because this new energy is coming out. You're gaining yourself. You're regaining yourself. So I'm not saying to be forget everybody, because that's not the thing, but just set your boundaries. And it was a reason why they weren't there when you were down. And so don't, because God probably was stripping you away from them, or you was getting stripped away from them because you needed time to get to their level. Some people, when they're doing good, they're not coming to you. That's another thing, because they're having good times in their self, So yeah, don't go back. I had one friend who used to literally emotionally dump everything on me. I have relatives that do that, when you want to talk about something and you want to let out some fumes, they don't have any time for you. They will shut you down. When I say shut you down and say, well, there's some stuff you need to do. I had a boss like that. I would tell her I was not happy with some of the services, the things that we do. Maybe we could do something else, or people weren't following the right policies. And show her proof. She was like, well, it's something that you got to put your big girl panties on. And, she would be very rude, very rude and abrupt. So instead of me quitting, because I love my job, what I did was transfer from one department to the next away from her. And guess what? Now I shift that whole energy back to her. Now she's, trying to be nice and everything, but her attitude has not changed. It's just enough to get what she wants to get. And that's another thing that I wanted to talk about, okay? These people who come back in your life, they see some of these people, not all of them, but a lot of them in my life, okay? They see that I am coming back up. They always know that I'm a person that will get back up on their feet and ride that horse. I've been knocked down so many times. I know how to get back up and not survive, but thrive. I mean, thrive, okay? So as soon as the hard times come, they'll run away. And then as soon as I get back up, I just lost my pen. As soon as I get back up, they will be like, hey, nothing ever happened. Nothing else happened. And trying to ride on a horse. Yeah, we've been friends from this long, that long. No, if you take out all the breaks that you did from me, and when I tried to call you, you didn't answer. And I see you riding down the street, and, so don't be like that. And you become a different person, I was just telling my friend from high school, he was talking about why was I still in the area, and I was like, you know what, this was, even though it was the worst experience of my life, because I felt like I had lost all my friends, especially ones that were close and dear to me, because I rarely make very new friends. It got me out of my comfort zone to make friends that were on my level, who were, about what I was doing, and it showed me who I am as a person, and not what everybody else tells me. Sometimes I try to listen to that, and no. So now when people come to me, I can be, I'm strong enough to know the difference from if I'm doing something wrong, or if I'm, need to work on certain things, as to when someone's just playing on your emotions and they are upset with their life, and they see something going on good in your life, and they just want to knock it down and tear it down. Also, it has let me know that there are some people, well, it's okay to work on yourself, but there are some people who do not want to work on yourself, on themselves. And because you are working on yourself and they're not, you have to have detachment, okay? That's just like the old you has left and the new you has came along on the scene. So yeah, that's what I wanted to get through. So sometimes it is better to be alone and better, because when the right person comes, then there's no friction. There's no friction. There's no lies. There's no deceit. I was just holding on to something that was not true. Even with that whole group, I can't get mad at them. I was holding on to something that they could never be, that they could never achieve, that they never even wanted to be. They wanted to do what they wanted to do, even though they were covering as being covert about it, as to lying to me what they were. But they can never be that. So why settle and turn back? Okay, people who are supposed to be there will be there. Okay, that is it. Hopefully something I said or done will help you on your journey. Please stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem, and thank you so much.